President Biden just spoke at the NATO summit here in Washington, D.C., a speech that has become as much about his fitness for office as it is about his foreign policy. Good evening. I'm Norah O'Donnell, and thank you for being with us. The president spoke about Ukraine policy and maintaining a united front to prevent another world war. But the world's focus wasn't only on what he said, but how he said it, as he tries to fight back calls within his own party to step aside. And just hours ago, a new Democratic defection, a New Jersey congresswoman and former U.S. Navy pilot saying, because I know President Biden cares deeply about the future of our country, I am asking that he declare that he won't run for re-election. But a lot of her colleagues are either sticking behind Biden or staying quiet, at least in public. CBS's Scott MacFarlane is on the Hill talking to lawmakers, and Ed O'Keefe is at the White House and kicks off our team coverage.
Tonight, President Biden welcoming members of NATO to Washington while questions swirl about his political future.
It's a pleasure to host you in this milestone year.
The annual summit is set to have a big focus on Ukraine. That country's fate could hang in the balance if Democrats lose the White House.
But make no mistake, Ukraine can and will stop Putin.
And now, even European leaders are facing questions about the American president's future.
Diese Sorge habe ich nicht.
The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz today saying he's not worried about Biden's ability to handle the summit. The White House remained on the defensive, trying to move on from the president's debate performance.
We do want to turn the page.
But facing more questions again today about the president's health.
The White House medical unit, his doctor, they don't believe that he needs anything more than what we have been able to provide.
Overnight, the White House released a letter from the president's physician saying the commander-in-chief hasn't seen a neurologist outside of his 3 annual physicals, and that a neurology specialist who visited the White House at least 8 times in the past year was seeing other patients. Campaigning in Las Vegas this afternoon, Vice President Harris turned her attention to former President Donald Trump.
So make no mistake, if Trump gets the chance, he will sign a national abortion ban to outlaw abortion in every single state. But we are not going to let that happen.
Trump said Monday night he still expects to face the president this fall.
You know, it looks to me like he may very well stay in. He's got an ego and he doesn't want to quit.
He'll hold a rally tonight in a Miami suburb alongside Florida Senator Marco Rubio, a potential running mate. And in Washington, House Speaker Mike Johnson says President Biden needs to go sooner. The cabinet should use the 25th Amendment to remove him.
What we're projecting from the White House is not strength right now, at a very dangerous time around the world. And that's why the American people are so alarmed by this.
But CBS News has contacted all members of the Biden cabinet to ask whether they've ever considered or heard any discussion about invoking the 25th Amendment. The answer among those who've responded so far is universal. No, they haven't. Norah?
Ed O'Keefe at the White House with new reporting tonight. Thank you, Ed.